Narcissists love to torment you. What are 5 things that narcissists love to withhold to torment you? That is one way that they love to manipulate you, make you squirm, and just generally make your life miserable. I am going to reveal that in this video, so you're going to want to stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I'm also a narcissist negotiation expert. And in these videos, I reveal to you all the narcissist secrets, their tips, their tricks, everything that they do to make your life miserable. So make sure you subscribe, you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss one single thing. I have written a couple of best-selling books. I'm also getting ready to release a brand new one. If you want to check that out, it is my mission to free you, to give you everything that I know on how to negotiate powerfully with narcissists. You want to check that out at slaythebully.com and pre-order my brand new book. I highly recommend that you do that. All right, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 things narcissists withhold to torment you. So one of the things that narcissists love to do is they love to manipulate you. They love to control you. They love to see you squirm. Something that I have often said when it comes to dealing with narcissists is that there's this huge myth out there. People think narcissists just want to win. That myth is totally false. And so when people go to negotiate with narcissists, they go to communicate with narcissists, they go to try to deal with narcissists, they think, I'll just give it to them. I'll just give them what they want, and then I'll be free. Why am I not free? Why am I still in this? Why are they still driving me insane? Because the problem is that it isn't just that they want to win. It's not just money. It's not just power. It's not just the optics of it. It's also that they love to manipulate you. They love to see you squirm. They actually literally get a high from seeing you squirm. They actually enjoy that process. So I talk about that there's actually 2 different forms of narcissistic supply. There's actually what I refer to as diamond level supply, which is how they look to the world. It's what they will protect and defend at any cost. So their reputation, it's adulation, it's admiration, it's their impressive friends, it's prestigious careers, it's all that stuff, how they look to the world, it's respect, that sort of thing. But then there's what I refer to as sort of like the dark underbelly of narcissistic supply. And this is what they don't necessarily always show to the world, but what they really kind of show to their supply source, the people around them, the people closest to them, the people that they're controlling, the people that they're manipulating. And this is what I refer to as coal level supply. So diamond and coal. And this is devaluing people, debasing people, denigrating people, making people squirm. Withholding is one of those sources. They literally get off on it. It literally gives them a high. And I kind of liken it as to like that kid who is taking a pin to an earthworm. I kind of picture like that kid in the woods when kind of growing up by the creek, who literally enjoys watching the earthworm kind of squirm or whatever and see what happens. It's almost like an experiment or something. They got, oh wow, look at that, look at that. They literally don't think about the fact that the earthworm might be feeling that or might be having feelings about it or whatever. They don't see that. They don't see what's happening on the other side of it. They're just enjoying the process of watching you squirm and be tormented. And, they're getting a rise out of you because they know then that they still have power over you, that they still have control over you, that you are still in their dominion in some way, that they still have reign over you, that you are still tied to them in some way. And so they withhold things to torment you. So what kinds of things do they withhold from you? So number one, the first thing that you'll start to notice right away that they'll be withholding from you is affection. And why is this one of the first things that you'll notice? Well, because one of the first things that they give to you in such a massive, huge way is affection. So, especially if you are in a romantic relationship, they come off this, where they start with the relationship with a massive amount of affection. It's almost overpowering. The intensity is insane. So, you start off with almost, you can't breathe, sweep you off your feet amounts of affection. And you think that you've met your soulmate, and they make you feel like you're the most incredible human being on the planet, and they can't get enough of you. You're just getting text messages and emails, and they're talking to you all the time. And they're telling you how you're just the most incredible person that they've ever met. And it's on and on and on. And they just they're breathing you in. It's just constant amounts of affection at the beginning. You're planning the rest of your life together and the whole thing. And really, honestly, it's the same way in a business situation too. It's just not the same type of affection, in a business situation, because, I know, because I had a business partner who was a narcissist, a covert narcissist. They don't come on with the whole, you're so beautiful, you're amazing, or, whatever. But they start off by saying, wow, you're so smart, you're incredible, you have amazing business contacts, I love all your background, I can bring all this to you. They love bomb you in different ways. But then what they do is, once they lock you in, once they get you to that next level, that withholding comes right away in the form of ghosting. That happens almost immediately. So right away, as soon as they lock you in, all of a sudden you can't get a hold of them. Text messages stop for an entire day or 2 days or whatever. And now when you question them about it, all of a sudden you're needy. All of a sudden you're a hanger-on. All of a sudden you are, what is your problem? I'm working. I had things to do. They turn on you as if you're the crazy one for even expecting them to be responsive. I've got other things to do other than you, so that withholding of affection starts almost immediately. Almost immediately, they're not telling you all of those wonderful things that they were saying about you from the beginning. They're not giving you the compliments. They're not touching you as much as they used to. They're not kissing you back. All of those things almost immediately stop right from the beginning. So I'm not even talking just about communication. I'm talking about all forms of affection. They start to withhold unless they start to realize that you're pulling away, and then they start giving it back again. It's this push, pull, high, low, hot, cold. And then you go through that cycle for the rest of the relationship, frankly. So that's withholding affection, giving affection, withholding affection, giving affection. So that's number one. Number two is withholding the truth. They will definitely withhold the truth. And then, they'll say, oh, I didn't lie about that. But they will also not necessarily tell you the truth. They will certainly lie about pretty much everything as well. But they will also not tell you entire truths as well. So what I mean by that is they might give you information about what they did in a weekend, but they just don't put in all of the details. Or they might give you information about some kind, if it's a work situation, they might give you information about what they want to give you information on, and then they omit details that they just don't want you to have. And then you find out later what they didn't tell you, which is, probably the most critical part. And a lot of times it's to protect themselves, but sometimes it's just to torment you. And one of the ways that I would see this often as an attorney is with discovery, for example. They would hand over, if it's supposed to be 12 months of bank statements, they would hand over 11 months worth. And so, you have to go through and you realize July is missing. So then you have to go back and you have to ask for July. They would only provide the first page and not the rest of the pages. So you'd have to go back and you'd have to ask for the rest of the pages. Or they would only provide this bank and not the rest of the banks. And you'd have to go back. And then, and you know that they're doing it simply just to torment you, simply just to laugh, simply just to make you have to squirm, make you have to do the work, make you have to go through the extra steps, right? It's that sort of thing. So those are the kinds of things I'm talking about with withholding the truth. It's not lying, but also not telling the entire truth. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the one that I actually find to be one of the more bizarre things when it comes to dealing with narcissists, but there it is, which is sex. Narcissists will literally withhold sex from their partners. You would think that they enjoy having their partner want to have sex with them, want their partner to want them. They are very strange when it comes to that. I don't know, but they don't seem to like it when their partner is initiating sex with them. So it's a very strange thing. I've actually did a whole video on narcissists and sex. It's definitely a control issue. Even men, they don't like their females to be initiating sex with them. And, they don't like kissing. They don't like that intimacy. They withhold sex to torment their partners, to torment you. And let me just tell you, you deserve better. I think a lot of times empaths, there was a lot of trauma in our backgrounds as well as empaths. And because of that, we feel like we only deserve a certain amount of affection, or we only got used to a certain amount of affection in our lives. And, it's hard because you become trauma bonded to a certain person. And this hot cold thing is part of the way you become trauma bonded as well. And so it's a very difficult thing, this whole sexual thing. You deserve better. You also need to get psychological help and support from others around you. But let me just ask you to right now put in the comments, I deserve better. I deserve better, because you do. You deserve better. All of us deserve to live our best lives. We deserve to live life to the highest intention that God intended for our souls. which is amazing. And it is not to be squashed. It is not to be made small. And nobody deserves that. And people treat people in a way that is commensurate with the way they feel about themselves. So if people are treating you poorly, it is because they feel poorly about themselves inside. It has nothing to do with you. So you cannot take it personally. And sex is one of those things that it's hard not to take personally, because you feel like, oh my God, I must not be attractive or whatever. But I want you to know it has nothing to do with you personally. Okay? So I just want you to say, I deserve better in the comments right now. And if you need additional support, I have a free private Facebook group. Please join that, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And I do also have a partnership with an online counseling service, BetterHelp. Please, if you don't have access to counseling, go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung. We get commissions from it. It doesn't cost you any extra. We just want you to have access to the help and support that you need. Number 4, the next thing that narcissists do is they withhold genuine praise. They may say good things at the beginning to love bomb you. They may also say good things in public to make themselves look good about you, but in private, no. And also, especially with covert narcissists, there's always sort of that underlying competitiveness, that underlying jealousy, and even with grandiose narcissists as well. And so, that there's always sort of like they're not feeling good about you. They may say, hey, you look great, you look beautiful, or whatever, but there's always sort of this agenda. Remember, everything they do is a manipulation. Keep that in mind and remember that. They withhold genuine praise. They're jealous. They're jealous of you. So that's number 4. Number 5, and by the way, if you're being subjected to any kind of narcissistic rage, if they get upset, I do have key phrases for disarming narcissists. You can go to disarmthenarc.com and get those. Disarmthenarc.com and get the key phrases for disarming narcissists. So that's that. Number 5 is obvious, very obvious. One of the major things that narcissists withhold is resources, money, information, social, emotional, informational, financial, any kind of resources that they think that you're going to need, then they will withhold that. Whatever it is that they think that you want or you need, they don't want you to have access to it. They will withhold that from you, especially in negotiations, especially when things are breaking down, because, narcissists are either for you or against you. If things are breaking down, if you're going into that discard phase, then they think that you are against them, and then you become public enemy number 1. All right. And so that's when they're going to go after you, and they're going to go after anything that they think that you want. So that's when you got to be very, very careful. So the next video that I want you to watch is going to be when a narcissist realizes that you refuse to be controlled. So before you do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. I upload brand new videos, release them every single day. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then I will see you in that next video when a narcissist realizes that you refuse to be controlled. Remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life, and I'll see you in that next video.